Hello there guys, my name is Steven and I'm here with my second video on YouTube. Today I'm going to bring you a guide on the Knight's Honor achievement / trophy on Dark Souls. This is usually the trophy / achievement which stops you from getting that all important platinum or 1000 gamer score. Now I know I had a lot of trouble with this. I think I made a grand total of 3 playthroughs in the end, trying so desperately hard to get this, and it's frustrating. It's very frustrating, but I hope I can help you out a bit with this video. Now the first set of weapons we're going to focus on in this achievement guide is the weapons made from boss souls. Now these will take you a grand total of 3 new game pluses to obtain, because you need to get the Great Wolf Lord Sif soul 3 times. Yes, 3. It's a pain in the arse. So for those of you who don't already know, it's quite simple. What you need to do to get these weapons is by going to the blacksmith in Anor Londo and taking a weapon that has been upgraded to +10 and ascend it using the special ascension which only he can do for 5,000 souls, and it turns your weapon into a unique boss weapon made by the soul of the boss which you've killed. Okay, now this is where I'll start getting slightly confusing, so pull out a pen and paper or whatever you need and listen closely. Now, the first boss souls we'll look into is the Moonlight Butterfly. You will need to get this soul twice. That's in the 3 playthroughs you're going to have to do. You're going to need to kill the Moonlight Butterfly twice. And to get these weapons, you'll need a +10 spear or rapier to get the Moonlight Butterfly horn. And for the shield, Crystal Ring Shield, you'll need a shield of +10. Now we'll move on to the most frustrating boss soul in the game, and that is Sif. The Great Wolf Sif. You need to get him 3 times. He is the only reason you have to do a 3rd playthrough at all, because he's a twat. Now, for his soul, obviously you need to kill him all 3 times in the playthrough, and you'll need a dagger, straight sword, or a great sword at +10, and his soul, and that will get you the Great Sword of Artorias. Now, if you use his soul with the shield of +10, you'll get a Great Shield of Artorias. And if you use his soul with a broken sword, that can be a broken straight sword or broken sword hilt, you'll get the cursed Great Sword of Artorias, and unfortunately all 3 of these weapons are vital for the achievement. Next we move on to Quelaag? Yeah, Quelaag. Now, Quelaag you will only have to kill twice. Well, actually, as it's a playthrough, you will have to kill it all 3 times, but you only need her soul for a weapon twice. Now, what you'll need is a curved sword at +10, and you get the Quelaag's Fury Sword. I love this weapon, it's really cool. It's all fiery and whatnot. And you'll need a katana of +10 to get the Chaos Blade. Now we move on to the Iron Golem. Now, he'll drop the Iron Golem's core, don't get this confused, it is still his soul. Technically, it's just a different name, because he's like a robot or something. Now, what you need is a fist weapon +10, which will make the Dragonbone Fist, and an axe of +10, which will get you the Golem's Axe. You only need 2 souls, and that's him done. Now on to the infamous Snorlax and Pikachu. I am of course referring to Ornstein and Smough. These 2 work slightly differently to the others, as there is 2 of them. It's fairly simple. What you have to do is, if you kill Smough first, you'll receive Ornstein's soul, and if you kill Ornstein first, you'll receive Smough's soul. You just make sure that whoever's soul you want to get, you kill last, and have them finish the battle with their deaths, if that's simple enough. Now, Smough's soul, you need a hammer +10, and you can make his big badass hammer. And you need a hell of a lot of strength to use it, so I wouldn't get your hopes up about being able to wield it unless you've made a full strength build. And with Ornstein's soul, you need to get a spear or a rapier to +10, and you get his Dragon Slayer spear. Now on to Gwyndolin. Now, Gwyndolin can be tricky because he is a very optional boss, and I say very optional because he's so easy to miss if you don't know what you're looking for. He is the guardian of the Darkmoon Blade. He owns it basically, and you have to go and find the place where you can go to join the Darkmoon Blade Covenant. And if you don't know where that is, I'd advise getting a video walkthrough, because it'll be very tricky to explain. Now, you need to get Gwyndolin soul twice, and you'll need a bow of +10 to get his Darkmoon bow, and you actually don't need to upgrade the next one, you just need a catalyst. Any catalyst, of any upgrade level. They don't actually need to be upgraded. You could do it right off the bat, and that makes the Tin Dark Moon Catalyst. Almost there now. Next up is Priscilla's Soul. Now, Priscilla, like Gwyndolin, is an optional boss. You'll find her right at the very end of the Painted World of Ariamus. Like before, if you don't know how to get there, I would advise using a video guide because it's hard to explain just by talking, and I still don't have my capturing device. So, you need her soul, and you'll need either a halberd, a scythe, or a whip of +10 as usual to make the Life Hunt Scythe. This is the massive scythe she's holding. Now, last but very much not least, we have the Big Daddy, the Great Lord's Greatsword. You get this from killing Gwyn, the Lord of Cinder, and he is unmissable as he's the end boss of the game. Like I said, you'll need to do this multiple playthroughs, but you only need his soul once. And all you need is a dagger, a straight sword, or a greatsword of +10. You put his soul into it, and bam, you have his big weapon, but unfortunately without the fire. Now, there is still much more to say, but unfortunately I'm already going into a 6-minute mark, so what I'm going to do, this will be part 1, focused entirely on the boss souls, and I'm going to make a part 2 to focus on the souls which you could find lying around the map.